Hey guys, welcome back, welcome aboard, welcome home. As always, completely and totally dependent on where you happen to be in relation to these energies, this channel, and this full moon. We're talking about the full moon today, the 7th of December, 2022. This moon happens at 16 degrees of Gemini. And it is full at 10:08 p.m. Central Time. So adjust accordingly depending on where you happen to be on this beautiful globe. This is a Gemini full moon. So let's first address that, right? So the moon is always in opposition to the sun when we have a full moon, right? That's what gives us our beautiful reflective nature. The moon, of course, being a reflective energy. It has to do with emotions, moods, with mystery, with that mother energy, with memories, with responses. It is home energy, right? Literally where you reside, both physically and in your soul. It is tidal, right, with the tides and cycles. It's about your instincts. It is necessarily an inner energy because it is reflecting the sun. The moon happens to be in Gemini, right smack in the middle this time. Gemini, of course, is the first air sign. It is mutable energy, and it is about limitless possibilities. Gemini has the capacity to witness every potential. We see you, friend. Every potential, every possibility. So in addition to making this a very expansive mental kind of idea-based energy, it also can be a little overwhelming, right? So where Gemini is about mental agility and brain busyness, right? It's highly adaptable energy. It's very curious. Geminis can be very chatty. Geminis can kind of never shut up. It can be, like I said, scattered, restless, anxious. But it is also smart and clever, very witty, very sociable, right? So Gemini is that person at parties that's got everybody cracking up. Everyone is engaged, right? Great storytelling. The downside, and I don't want to say it as like the downside of Gemini energy, but it can be moody, right? It can change on a dime once that place of possibility transits or pivots. And then it becomes almost unreliable, fickle, heartless, right? Because it can remain so deeply lodged in the idea, in the imagination, right? So that dual nature of Gemini really comes from the for better or for worse nature of the power of their own visions. And the echo of how that works. At this particular full moon, we are conjunct Mars. So Mars, where Gemini is an air energy, right? Ideas, mutable, right? Mars is 3D. It's physical energy. It is the masculine energy side of the divine. That doesn't mean it's about boys, right? I mean, it can be, but it is the male energetic, the masculine energetic. So where that polarity comes in, that's where we are. So it is about will. It's about drive. It's about action and impulse. It's about how you assert yourself. It's about where you witness yourself as competent. Also where you witness yourself as competitive or in competition, right? It is energy. It's force. It's heat. It's power. It's strength. And as Mars is in retrograde right now, turn all of those big outward words inward. And so it's a devotion to the inner will, the inner drive, the inner action, right? The inner impulses. It's how you grow and tend your inner masculine polarity, right? We all have masculine energy. We all have feminine energy. This is an invitation to tend and grow your own inner masculine energy, right? To witness how those three, that Gemini, the moon, and Mars, are fusing, right? As your own inner tide, as your own heart's drive, right? Toward your own capacity for limitlessness, right? This is how we, how we make the impossible possible, right? How we become a reflection of Source as we are in action, right? We are the temporary manifestation of the divine in action. This full moon is an absolutely beautiful representation of that awareness, right? And the thing is, the moon is just as the moon is just as capable of illumination as the sun, right? It's the same energy. It's the same energy, just in reflection. So this moon is also trining Saturn, right? Saturn, which is the planet of structure and order. So how does this create a navigable pathway with no skipped steps, right? Saturn is the taskmaster, right? So that is necessary for this highly, highly mutable, flowing, watery energy. And I don't mean watery like the water energy. I mean mutable, right? Movable, containing within it all things. You know, the sun is in Sagittarius. That's seeker energy, right? And the danger for seeker energy is to be in constant quest mode and never actually find, right? So Sagittarius is all about learning. It's about the experience, right? It's about that comparative experience. That is how knowledge plus experience equals wisdom. It's about our nature as being up for adventure, right? As having to do with philosophy and how we relate to the divine, to our own inner explorer, right? How we put that pith helmet on and start spelunking in our own soul. The other thing is that this full moon is T-square, which means the sun and moon are both squaring Neptune, which is newly direct, but in Pisces, right, in her home energy. And I know people say that Neptune is a male planet like Poseidon, right? No, no, no. I just can't get with that. Anyway, so this T-squared to Neptune, right, this is like a siren song, invitation to dive deeper and deeper and deeper in all of this potential, right? Neptune is that better felt than spoken energy. And in Pisces, that is so big and wide and deep. It's about your dreams and your inspirations and where you plug into that nebulousness, how you choose to either dive into fantasy or escape, right? Your delusion or illusion, your vision or your distraction, right? And so you can get caught up in your addictions here, whatever they may be, whether it's daydreaming, drugs, alcohol, shopping, work, exercise, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do to avoid dealing with your business, with your life, with your situations, with your potential, that's your addiction, right? And so you get to choose. You get to choose how you're going to transcend that inner wall, that inner barrier with your own imagination, right? And so right now we are asking, how am I going to be in and representative of this limitlessly possible energy in my inner landscape, right? Where is my inner tide taking me? Right? You don't have to row, you just have to ride. Let's talk. We got the Five of Cups and the Four Swords. Five of Cups is where am I looking back, right? This is a beautiful pair here, especially because Neptune in this direct mode is really asking us what we can release, right, to the waves, to the general waters. of what is, right, to the tide. How am I reflecting or not, or getting in the way of my own light, right? So the Five of Cups is about what's in front of you and where your focus lies, right? Are you looking at this thing in front of me? Oh my gosh, this, like, we have these 3 spilled cups in front of us, but there are 2 full, beautiful cups just waiting behind me that I might not be focusing on. I might not even be aware of them, right? And so we have the 4 of Swords. Of course, this is another addition card. So let's talk about what it means, right? The 3 of Swords is a card of loss, heartbreak, betrayal, sadness, sorrow. And this Ace of Swords, this 3 + 1 makes 4, is how we bring in new ideas to heal our heartbreak, how we bring in new awarenesses to heal our sadness, how we bring in new concepts to shift our sense of loss, right? This is our ideas. This is our heart. What has hurt us, but what are we not looking at, right? Or how might we look at things in a different way? This full moon is giving you the opportunity, right, to tell a new story about your own inner experience, right? You're being asked to go deeper, and you have the capacity to do it if you will just get still. Immerse yourself in your own inner tide, right? And see what comes up. We've got the Ace of Cups and the Star. Okay, let's just carry the story, shall we? So the Ace of Cups is about a new way of feeling, new awareness of your own emotional capacity, of your own possibilities for satisfaction, for contentment, for bliss, right? This is the energy of pure love. This is the healed heart, right? This is where am I focusing? On me, on my heart, on my felt experience, right? Especially when we're talking about that T-squared in Neptune, better felt than spoken, and every possibility is available to us. Well, here we have the Star, right? The Star is about hope and optimism and healing after destruction. It's no accident that the Star comes directly after the Tower, which is cataclysmic destruction, right? And so we have this, whatever this event was, wherever you're looking, wherever you're focusing on, and not looking at what is in your heart, what's available to you, where you can resource yourself, how you can create a new order to walk yourself out, right, of this non-focused old story, old energy, this hang up on your old pain or your old story or your old loss, right? This allows you to rework that. And here the universe literally gives you absolutely everything that you require, right? This is cosmic blessing. This is wishes fulfilled. This is that capacity for transcendence brought into your real existence, right? Into your physical life. How can I grow and tend my own inner tide, right? Actively. The answer, actively. We've got the Knight of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. Again, here we have more ideas coming in, right? This is I would call this representative of that Sag Sun energy, right? This is adventure. This is enthusiasm. This is how we're going to go off and experience what is happening, right? I'm going to go out and get this piece of life, right? This is fire energy. And the 3 of Pentacles is mastery. So whatever we discover is going to be put right back in to the order. It's going to be pulled right back in as knowledge, as experience in our pursuit of wisdom, right? In that soul spelunking, pith helmeted kind of way, I'm going to come right back with that. And I'm really going to work with what I'm learning, how I want to teach it, how I'm going to create that new pathway, right? Necessarily, what comes next? How can I put it into practical application? How can I take all of this nebulous idea, this reflection, this insight, right? These awarenesses, these lessons, these cosmic lessons, and put them into action, practical action, to build that next thing for me. I'm not going to look away. I'm going to look right at it, and then I'm going to put it into action, right? Here, I love this. We have the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords. King of Swords, right? This is just wrapping up all of these ideas into this mastery of the idea, the concept, how we relate to the abstraction, right? And utilizing that sort of truth, but also embodying, right? Sag Sun, definitely. Mars in retrograde, you know, in Gemini, what a beautiful representation of how we turn all of that inward into our own inner devotion and really recreate those things that set us on fire, right? Our inner tide, our heart's motivation, our heart's desire, right? How can I dive so deeply and yet make sure that I know that I'm utilizing these things in a structured way, so that that next step, that next level, that next phase is created so that I can get there, right? These are necessary steps, necessary. It's gotta be your heart's desire, but it has to be foundationed so that you can get there, right? It has to be built, right? If you build it, you can go. Come clean or don't come at all. Look, 100% right here. This is full moon. Nothing is hidden. Everything is illuminated. Everything is illuminated. Come clean or don't come at all. You're going to see it all, especially in this Gemini full moon. Everything is illuminated. Everything. All those possibilities. Every possible outcome, every potential action, every single possible timeline. It's all available to you. Your clearness, your willingness to look at whatever is on that path, what is along that path, however you have to go to get there, absolutely determines your potential for as far as you can follow that trajectory, right? It is all illuminated for you. Just follow along. And here we have the number 7, which is community. I love that we have the number 7, especially as we have this Gemini moon at 16, because that comes right back to 7, right? Community, a big theme in so many of our lives right now, as we're so many of us are experiencing loss and shock, and we have to be able to lean into our community, right? What are we building? Where are we going, and what are we building, right? How is it fulfilling us, right? How are we focusing on what was, or how are we creating something brand new for all of us, right? Yeah, let's see what this particular message happens to be. Connection with kindred spirits. Well, we know that the 3 of Cups is about celebration, right? Shared celebration. This card shows 3 women celebrating, sharing ideas, and supportive energy. The lights in this picture, right? You see them? You see the little lights? Yeah, beautiful. Represent your ever-present spirit community as well, right? Absolutely. When this card appears, it indicates an association of some kind. It may be a casual connection of like-minded people, joining a club or a community of some sort, or even a business partnership consisting of 3 or more entities. The time is right to make such new connections and to share intentions, whether they're personal or professional. Networking and community are important parts of the human experience, and the security and sense of connection that can be beneficial to all. It's true that when several people join their intentions, it accelerates the power in the energetic realm. Receiving this card puts you on notice that the universe is sending some beneficial alliances your way. Well, we know that this is true, right? This is about strengthening yourself as a link in the chain, creating, right? Going out, questing, bringing back, and sharing with the community, right? We tend to maintain ourselves as lone islands because we believe, or we've been taught to believe, that the world is unsafe, that people are unsafe. Is that true? Is that true in your experience? Is it always true? Is it always true? How are you showing up for the people in your community, right? How are you lighting their way? How are you sharing your knowledge and your experience and contributing to the community wisdom, right? This Gemini full moon gives you all of that beautiful communication energy, gives you all of that rumination in your own inner tides, right? How do you make the impossible possible? By believing that it is, right? By believing that it is. Yeah. Happy full moon, guys. Be aware. Be in it. Be blessed.